Hello friends, Stacy Anfinson here with your Tarport market update. We're recording this on February 3rd of 2024. This will be our last annual wrap up. The previous video was about TMLS listings. This is specifically regarding Wake County. Had some subscribers wonder about the seasonality in our market, so I thought I'd click on some metrics to see if we can determine that. All right, this is the way back period. This goes all the way back from January of 2014 here to December of 2023. These are new listings added by month, and you can see if the seasonal pattern is very much and obvious. The first of the month is January, the end of the month is December, and that pattern repeats itself over a 10-year period. Interesting standpoint, the highest in this period, the highest monthly added listings was just over 2,700 in 2017, and the highest we did last year was just over 1,700. And so you can see, once again, as I've talked about and written about time and time again, we just do not have enough listings coming on the market. And you can see the population in 2017 to 2023 has grown significantly. So that's a big challenge, and will continue to be a challenge for this year. Now we're going to break down the listings by year and quarter, and you can see the peak quarters in each year are pretty much the second quarter. 2019 was the second quarter. It was the third quarter in 2020. It was pretty much a tie between 2021 and the third quarter of 2021 and the second quarter, and then the second quarter of 22 won, and then the second quarter of 2023 won. Once again, if you look at the right side, this is all 2023, and you can see significantly lower than the prior years. Now we're just going to break it down by quarter, because a lot of people wonder, okay, when's the best time to put your house on the market? Historically, the lowest point is in the fourth quarter. Historically, the highest is in the second quarter. So we do get a bump from the fourth to the first, but really the peak is in the second quarter. Now we go by showings. This is by year and by quarter. Once again, this kind of mimics what we saw in the houses listed. And you can see second quarter of 2019 wins, third quarter of 20 wins. Oddly enough, first quarter of 2021 one showing standpoint that way. But then if you look at the peak in showings, which is essentially the first quarter of 2021, the metric has really fallen through the floor in that, and it's not, you could look at this and say, hey, demand for Wake County residential listings is cratering, but that's not the case. It really is specific to the amount of houses that are on the market and have also kind of mimicked that downward trend. And then if you look at a ratio I have, showings versus new listings, call it show list ratio. You can see going from the first quarter of 2019 to the first quarter of 2021, essentially this number means that there were 22 showings for every house that was listed. And then you can see that went down along with the peak of the valley in the market in the second quarter and third quarter of 2022. And then you can see it's kind of last year we had a big peak in the first quarter of 2023, and it kind of calmed down for the other three quarters. But if you go back to your memory to the first quarter of 2021, this was really the peak of multiple offers and houses selling well above list price. So whenever you see a ratio that gets, I'm going to say above 15, market conditions are very ripe for multiple offers and houses selling way above list price. Now, showings by quarter. Historically, the market, you have to have a house listed, and then it's shown, and then it goes under contract, and then it's closed. So there's really about a 30-day lag in each of those metrics. But there really is a similarity in showings between, who's looking in the first and second quarter. Really no discernible difference between those two. You have a slight decrease in the third quarter. And then the fourth quarter, everybody's thinking about Christmas, so they're not really looking at the housing. So definite seasonal pattern for showings favors the first and the second quarter. Pending listings, the graphs kind of follow everything. You can see the peak quarter from each year, second quarter, third quarter, second and third quarter of 2021, second quarter of 2022, and then the second quarter this year. Once again, look at 2023 and compare it to the other years, well down in terms of pending listings. Now, is there a quarterly preference for pending listings? If you're going back, once again, this is 2019 through 2023. The peak again is in the second quarter. So if you really have buyer or sellers that are thinking about putting their house in the market, that the peak of demand in our market is the second quarter, and that's really shown consistently across the board in the metrics that we've looked at. Again, pending listings in the fourth quarter are significantly below those in the other three quarters. Sold listings pattern is going to be very much the same. Peak quarter again is the second quarter. It's never been the first quarter, so just kind of keep that in mind. And that's kind of what we see if you're going back from 2019 through 2023. Once again, you see that the 2023 metrics are below those in the other 4 years. Sold listings by quarter, any preference for that? Not really. For the second and third quarter, about the same number. First quarter is the lowest in the year, which kind of makes sense because if your showing activity is lowest in the fourth quarter and your pending activity is lowest in the fourth quarter, then your closing activity is usually going to flow through to the first quarter. So you see the number of closings is lowest in the first, highest in the second and third, and it goes down again in the fourth. Final slide we're going to look at is median sales price. This is reported by the Wake County Tax Office, so this is everything that has a recorded sale in the county. And this actually is a little bit better than the metrics reported for TMLS listings. TMLS listings had a little bit of a flat to downward in the median, but if you see for Wake County, 475, which is up 6% compared to the 449 in 2022. And amazingly, if you go all the way back to 2010, it's up 116%. And as you've heard me speak on this topic numerous times, this is wealth creation, and ownership of real property in Wake County, United States of America, is one of the greatest vehicles to create wealth. So don't buy, it's better to rent versus own argument. And I hope you use these slides if somebody comes up to you and makes that statement to you. All right. 2023 wrap up, new listings well below 10-year monthly trend, peak showings historically during the second quarter, downward trend in the show to list ratio. Pending listings again historically peak in the second and third quarter. Sold listings historically peak in the second and third quarter. Good news in terms of prices, median sales price up 6% compared to 2022 and up 116% compared to 2010. So that's what 2023 did. We'll see what happens in 2024. We got a lot of things to look at. We got a presidential election, and we got the rumor of interest rates being down. But the one thing that's consistent is we will have lower inventory, and we will have more people moving in and then moving out. So keep those trends in mind as you are representing your buyers and your sellers during the year. Again, if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you want more information on subscribing to the TAR Report, visit www.tarreport.com. And we will see you later on. Thank you.